I betrayed my ex in front of his new wife after he left our daughter's lizard to die. Now he's out for blood and I'm the villain. My daughter 11 female asked for a bearded dragon for her birthday gift this year. I 44 female discussed getting one for her via text with my ex 45 male as a joint gift, and he texted me, saying, "I'm okay with it if it lives with you." I replied that it was fine as long as he took the lizard when I went away on trips. He replied, "Okay." All this was on a group text message with his new wife 44 female. He seems to delegate a lot of kid stuff to his wife. This annoys me, but I stay out of it. Honestly, I prefer dealing with her. I genuinely like her and appreciate everything she does for my kids while they are with their dad. I made a considerable effort to be friendly towards her. I invited her over for Mother's Day, to my mom's for Christmas Eve, and to Christmas morning at my house. I helped her with her son whenever she needed help. It even reached the point where her ex-husband would call me to help with their son. Back to the lizard. It will not eat anything other than worms. According to our vet, this isn't ideal, but it is at a healthy weight. So he suggested buying a specific healthier worm and trying veggies again in a few months. The pet store we purchased the lizard from is the closest store that has these worms. It's about a 25-minute drive from my house, but luckily, my daughter's ballet class is only 3 minutes from the store. My ex takes her to ballet every Monday since that is one of his nights. He got the worms for us, and I would go to his house and pick them up. Why, you might ask? He would not go out of his way to drop them off at my house after class, and he didn't want the worms inside his house. He would leave the container outside his door, and I had to get them, or they would all be dead by the next day. Then, the kids and I went on a trip to visit my mom out of state. He refused to take the lizard, so I arranged for a pet sitter. This cost me $100. I sent him a request for half of the cost, which he didn't pay. When we returned, I texted a reminder to get the worms. He replied, "The art class is over, so there is no one to pick up worms." His wife had been getting the worms for us, as she was also near the pet store doing an art class. I asked, "Aren't you there for ballet?" He replied, "Yeah, but I'm not dealing with worms." He also texted, "I don't understand why you sent me a request for the sitting while you were away." He said he only agreed to half of the initial purchase and didn't know why I would interpret that as a lifelong commitment. I tried to reason with him, saying this was for our daughter, not for me, that he agreed to help, he was already right there, etc. But in the end, he still refused to pay the bill, and I had to make the hour trip to get the worms. This is typical behavior for him. While frustrating, it is not shocking. It's one of the main reasons we got divorced. What really pissed me off was that he kept bringing up his dog Jeff as the reason why he shouldn't have to deal with the lizard. I tried to tell him that Jeff was not my dog and had nothing to do with this situation, but he wouldn't drop it. He said I should pay for half of Jeff's care, bills, food, etc. since Jeff was the kid's dog now. I replied that Jeff is his dog, not mine. His wife finally chimed in and said, "Jeff is not the kid's dog? I'd like to see what the kids think about that." I was so upset and triggered. I lost it. I replied that my ex generously gave me $5,000 to start over and then locked me out of the house. An apartment was my only option, and that the kids were babies when we separated, that he chose to keep Jeff rather than return the dog to the breeder who is his mom, so this would not have been an issue. I said I've tried to be helpful and friendly, and his behavior makes me feel stressed out and resentful. At that point, he called me probably to stop me from saying more stuff in front of his wife, and we had a massive fight on the phone. Since then, his wife has stopped communicating and has not been friendly. On the upside, her ex also stopped asking for help with their son. I don't need her in my life, and I wish I didn't care, but I do. I haven't tried to talk to her and have limited interactions with my ex to the bare minimum, but I'm still stewing about the injustice of it all months later. Am I the asshole?